a Swift Eccles 530. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you have your gas bottle and your gas bottle tie down. You can carry a maximum of 2 6kg propane gas bottles at any point on board the caravan. And also in the front locker you'll notice your spare wheel and your waste master as well. Coming down the side of the van, do apologise if the wind is affecting the video at all today. We've got the leg winders down each side of the van to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. There is 2 of these, one on either side of the front and 2 at the back of the caravan coming from the rear of the van. You've then got your water pump connection. Simply lift this up, push the pump into place and lock it into position. You'll need to drop the pump into the ACK roll and make sure the ACK roll is full prior to trying to fill the water system up. You've then got your battery on board the caravan and your mains power lead coming in from the power on site, and that is very simply there all the mains power is going from the sides into the caravan, and you need to make sure you plug it into the caravan before you turn the power on the post outside of the caravan. Then got your motor mover and your wheel nuts. The wheel nuts will torque before the caravan leaves site, and will also take you through the motor mover again while you're here on the premises as well. Then got your 2 grey waste pipes, very simply there to allow the waste water out of the side of the caravan, and they'll drop down inside your waste master. You've then got your toilet flush tank. You'll open this up, put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. In the bottom here, you'll open up the cassette. Orange handle at the bottom, you'll pull up and pull the cassette towards you. On the front of the cassette there's a neck that will turn out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. On the back of the cassette there's an orange pressure relief button, so when you press that button in it will allow the pressure out of the tank before you tip the waste away. Back of the caravan on either side you've got 2 wind down legs to stabilise the caravan again, the same as the legs at the front. On the door side of the caravan you've got your 2 fridge vents, which are very simply there to allow the hot air from behind the fridge out of the fridge unit, and it'll also take in some cool air when it is cool enough outside for that. You've got 3-pin sockets, so you've got power out to your awning, storage locker for underneath the front seating area, and the barbecue gas point. Coming on to the inside of the caravan now. Shut the door behind me. So once we're on the inside of the caravan, above the door we've got the main control panel. Hit the power button on the left hand side here and press home to take you into the home options. On here you've got your awning light for the outside of the caravan. You've got your internal lighting, and these are for the dimming lights above the front cabinet, so you can have off or turn them on, and then use your minus or plus here to set the brightness of them interior lights at the front. On either side you've then got the power options for the caravan, or the power controls, sorry, not power controls, but the power level. So you've got the leisure battery voltage, the solar panel, and the power coming from the vehicle we're towing with. You've then got your heating options, which I don't advise you do it through here. I'll show you how to do it through the Aldi heating and hot water control panel in a moment. And then you've got your advanced settings, which you can go in there, set your clock, your times, etc., and pair your mobile phone for the Sergeant or the Swift command. And then the last one here is the radio option. As you can see, we're on FM at the moment, but you can actually swap between DAB, FM, AUX, which is your Bluetooth essentially, or off on the radio. Very straightforward to use. You've got tune here for when you're on FM or DAB. Scan, it's always worth pressing scan before you tune with the DAB radios, and you can put some presets in the bottom here. And you've got your volume controls on the right hand side of the screen. The first thing you're going to do once you've turned the control panel on is fill the water system up. The pump is in the sink, as you can see there, connected to the side of the van. Push it in, and then you've got the tab there that locks it into position. Open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system, then come underneath the seat on the far right hand side of the caravan. Underneath this seat you will find the yellow drain down valve. That yellow valve needs to be flat with the floor for you to fill the water system up, and upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat to drain the water system down. Once that valve is flat with the floor, you can connect the ACK, like I said, the ACK roll is already connected on the outside, so we'll come to our control panel above the door again, and we will go back to the main options, and we'll turn on the water pump just here. The water pump will start filling the system up, and once the system is completely full, you'll have water running continuously out of every tap on board the caravan. The system isn't completely full at the moment, so you notice it's running out very slowly there. But once that system is full, as it is now, you can shut all the taps off on board the caravan, and that is the water system full. And as you can see, shower has come on now. Now once you've got the water system full, you can actually start heating the water on board the caravan. That is where the Audi control panel comes in above the door. So you'll press the power button on the bottom left hand side. I'm just going to turn it off to show you how it all works. So you press the power button, the screen will come on, you can hit menu, and menu again to skip the loading screens. You've then got your main indicator here, so you've got mains power coming into the caravan and the current internal room temperature. Hit the menu button, and at the top here you've got minus or plus for your room temperature, depending on how hot you want the heating to be. Below that you've got your water temperature, so you've got water temperature on and water temperature boost when this bar is completely full. Halfway up it's just water temperature on. Below this you have the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on, so you've got either 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts depending on what caravan site you are on. Bottom left hand side you have the option to run your gas, heating and hot water. It is a combination boiler, so it can actually work with the gas and electric at the same time, and if you've got the heating on it will warm the water at the same time. Also, it won't be as hot as if you have it on the boost, for instance, but it will actually warm that water slightly. If it failed to ignite on gas here on the bottom left hand side, you come up with gas fail on the screen with 2 exclamation marks either end. You have got some advanced settings here underneath the cog symbol on the right hand side. For these we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan, as if I tried to explain in the video we'd probably be here for 2 to 3 hours. Hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances, no difference at all there, with your igniter on the front as you'd expect to see. When you arrive on site you're more than welcome to turn the gas on, turn the electric ring on, play with the microwave, play with the fridge, etc. I'll take you through the fridge in a moment. But no, say light everything up and make sure you're completely happy with everything on board the van. Next thing we've got then is the fridge. The microwave, sorry, I'll just talk about the microwave first. The microwave is very much the same as your household microwave, so no difference at all there. You've got a quick start, etc. on there, but there will be a manual in the books that come with the caravan also. Hit the power button on the fridge, and the fridge will come on. It will load up, and as you can see at the moment we're on mains power. To control the temperature of the fridge, you've got this thermometer button on the right hand side. The more amount of dots that are lit up, the colder the fridge will be. To change the power source you use the arrow option here. So then you've got mains power, automatic, 12 volt mode, which is the 12 volt mode, 12 volt power from the car you are towing with. So obviously at the moment we're not connected to a car, so we have no 12 volt power coming to the fridge from the car, and the fridge will only work as a cool box, and it will only work if you have the correct connection on your car. Hit the button again and you've got the gas option. The fridge will self-ignite on gas if the gas is turned on. If it fails to ignite on gas, it's going to start flashing the flame symbol, and it will also bring up a warning light underneath the triangle on the left hand side. And you can go back to your 240 volt mode. As you can see, very straightforward to use. If you're done with the fridge, press and hold the power button and the fridge will isolate. I'm just going to show you underneath the seat on the front right hand side now quickly before we do the last part, which is the toilet area on board the caravan. Underneath the seat on the right hand side front of the caravan, you'll actually find this control box. Now on the top left hand side here you have a mains isolator switch, so you can hit that and it'll isolate all the power on board the van. You hit switch for your charger. Obviously if that's not turned on, then you'll have no power coming into the van from 240 volts. Heating and hot water needs to be turned on for the heating and hot water to work. You've then got your 12 volt fuses underneath this panel here, and your 240 trip switches here. Now if you're on site and you're not sure if you've got mains power coming into the caravan from the power post, connect your power on the outside and make sure it's turned on obviously at the post. And then if you still don't think you've got power coming in, come inside, hit the test switch. If this switch drops down like it's just done, then that means there is power coming into the caravan. If it stays in this position at the top here, it means there is no mains power coming into the caravan from the site you're on. Inside the door,
you will actually notice there's a list of what the 12-volt fuse is for, and there's also a list of what the 230 volt trip switches are for, also in that control panel. Now, coming up to the back of the caravan, we have the toilet system. The toilet is very simple to use, electric flush. Just here, you have an indicator light that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself actually turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, or from the side of the caravan, the toilet does need to be straight on with the back of the toilet. Then below that, you have the grey waste handle, so you push it into the open position, and that will allow the waste into the toilet cassette. And when you're not using the toilet or removing the cassette, it needs to be back in this central position. Just going to quickly walk through the motor mover and how that works. Just give me a second and I'll be back with you. So, for the motor mover, you're going to need to grab the control that you see just here. Come to the outside of the caravan and into the battery locker on the far side of the van. We're going to turn the power on in here. And then we're going to press the 2 green buttons on the controller. Now, to engage the motor mover against the wheel, we're going to press the central button here and the one with the green arrow. As you'll see, this light is now flashing, which means the motor mover is engaging. Once the light stops flashing on the motor mover controller, it means it is fully engaged. Then you've got forwards, backwards, turn, turn, turn and turn. And then to disengage the motor mover, you're going to press the middle button and the red arrow at the same time. Now, until this light completely stops flashing on the controller, you leave all of the power turned onto the motor mover, so that's the power switch here and the controller itself. If you turn either of them off during this process, it will actually lock the motor mover in position. So now with that fully disengaged, you're going to wait for the controller to stop flashing. And that is the motor mover fully disengaged. You can then turn off the controller and turn off the power in the side locker. So that's the Swift Eccles at 530. If you have any other questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks again. Bye bye.